Welcome to another episode of last week's Comics Today. It's a decent sized stack once again. Let's get straight into it. I think this is roughly reverse order in which they're read. I threw Twig on top because otherwise it would be Batman, and I like a better thumbnail. But Twig, this is issue 4. I believe this is a 5-issue series or 6. But here is an example, as always, of the art. We have an adventure story happening here. An adventure that doesn't seem like, and hasn't seemed for a while, like it's going to succeed. I definitely have my fingers crossed for this team, but I guess we're going to see where it goes. And I sincerely hope that the series continues after this. I think it's a fantastic series, recommended for essentially everyone. It is kid friendly. There are monsters, there's danger, there is moments of real connection, emotional impact, but it is fantastic. And as always, I hope you read it, I hope you enjoy it. It's great. Up next is Batman 126. This is issue 2 of Zdarsky's run, and I don't like this as much as I liked issue 125. It starts off with this, which is the Bat family gearing up, and right in Signal's panel it says, "As the light retreats." I thought the whole point of Signal was that he was going to fight during the day, and admittedly, once again, I haven't read Batman for a while, but why is he fighting at night with everyone else? The art is phenomenal. The story is kind of disappointing. So, I'm going to spoil a couple of things from 125. Namely, that Tim gets shot in the neck and all he walks away with is a band-aid. What the fuck? God damn it, that pisses me off. I thought he was doing something daring, that he might be sidelined for the foreseeable future, and instead he's like, no, I'm fine, I checked myself out of the hospital, all I got is a band-aid. Fuck this. Jesus Christ. We get this guy, Failsafe. He's a robot, possibly a Mazo tech, and he wipes the floor with the entire Bat family. I think this is really stupid. That move, I don't know what the fuck. Like, just hit him with the bike. That is goddamn stupid. Anyway, Batman gets his ass kicked, and the entire Bat family shows up to help, and then they get their ass kicked. And Failsafe is a pretty cool design, but ultimately, I don't know. It just feels like every new villain feels like Doomsday, in that they show up, they beat everyone's ass, and then subsequent appearances, they are depowered. So I'm sure in a few years someone else is going to use Failsafe, and then they're going to get their ass kicked by like one person instead of kicking the entire Bat family's ass. But whatever. I won't be reading by that point. This is... I thought I was going to be reading Zdarsky's Batman for a long time, and this is just like, maybe not so much. Kids as Vampires, Little Monsters, issue 6. This series is, as always, great. We get a bit more history, we get some stuff going on in the present, and the team of children that were established in the first few issues are starting to break up. Cracks have definitely emerged in what they want, and it's getting real good. I don't know how long the series is supposed to run for. I hope it's a long time, because I really like this creative team, as I say every video. But it's great. Really enjoying it. Stillwater issue 14. This is the final arc. So I don't remember which issue this is supposed to end on, but I was surprised when it was announced that this was going to be the final arc. just because I thought this was a series that could run for a long time. Here we have art example of a bank scene. Should be fairly non-spoiler there. The series is great, and I've been saying great about each of these things so far, but Stillwater is really a phenomenal series. This is once again Zdarsky, and highly recommended. This is of the two, this is definitely the superior Zdarsky book of the week. We get a scene just eating a cheeseburger, and this is phenomenal. It's so great. It is low action but highly tense, and just what the woman is saying to the child is it's so good. Really hope you read this series. Batman the White Knight Red Hood, issue 1 of 2. And what I found surprising about this is most of it is a flashback. It's not taking place in the present, and ultimately I'm fine with that. We do get a, I guess, alternate origin story for Red Hood, and I really enjoy it. The artist on this is from You Only Find Them When They're Dead, which is what I primarily know them from. I know that they've done other things, I can't think of it offhand, but You Only Find Them When They're Dead, which is just a phenomenal artist. Really like the use of color and light. But anyone familiar with Jason is familiar with this scene. That's page 1. Hopefully that's not a spoiler. But the story here is great. I am very interested to see how this wraps up with only one other issue to go. And as always, I hope more happens with this White Knight universe. I am a huge fan. There is something that happens once in the future that I'm going to avoid talking about. It is a huge deal. I hope things work out for the best, but this is almost the end of the series. Issue 30 should be the last, and everything is coming together in a major way. There is one particular scene here, this guy here. So this Merlin has been around since the beginning of the series. This is one of the King Arthurs, and this Merlin has been here, and it gets to this panel and I'm like, oh shit, because there is a specific bard that I thought he was referencing, and it's maybe not who I was thinking, but we'll probably find out more next issue. And as always, this series, I love it. Art by Dan Mora. Huge fan of Mora. Look at this guy. I really like this panel too. Just fantastic stuff. Huge fan. Ending soon. I hope you read it. Batman Killing Time. This is issue 6 of 6. This is obviously the finale, and ultimately it's good. So I will show you this. I've already flipped it open. Clock King is what I was not spoiling in issue 5 when I talked about issue 5. So Clock King shows up at the end of it. He was the mastermind behind this series, and there he is. And there's really a level of foreboding. There's a level of power that I had never associated with Clock King before, but he's fantastic in this. Like, it takes a very long time to get there. It takes 5 full issues to get to him, and then you see that he's been present throughout, and it's interesting. It's just not this special agent, the one with the tape on her nose there, is still extremely annoying, and by the end of this she's even worse than she had been. The Help is another interesting character. I don't know if anyone is going to pick up the usage of him, but there's a great scene with Batman Roz, and they're talking about the Help at the end, and then obviously we've got Penguin, Riddler, and Catwoman. The 3 of them, specifically Riddler and Catwoman interactions, are great throughout the series. It's just Penguin in this, and then Penguin over in Batman. I don't know. I kind of like Penguin better here. I like them both differently. He did something amazing in issue 125, and over here he gets beaten and then mobilizes everyone's henchmen into a massacre, ultimately. Things don't go the way he had planned. But this series is okay on the whole. I'm definitely not picking up this trade when it comes out, and that is the danger of Tom King, in my opinion. He is very hit or miss. I am, however, very much enjoying Poison Ivy. This is issue 3 of what seems to be an ongoing, even though I feel like it should be a limited series based on what is happening. So she is dying. If I haven't mentioned this already, based on the first 2 issues, she is dying. And I find it fascinating based on what is happening to her and her mental state, I guess, based on the reaction to what is happening to her, what she has decided to do, what she's sort of resistant to do. It's a very internalized look at what is going on with Poison Ivy, and I find it fascinating. I'm loving this series. The art is phenomenal. This is sort of a relaxation issue, I'll say. So she's not out there poisoning a bunch of people with spores, which she was doing in the previous 2 issues. She is taking a me day, I guess you could say. And it's great. I'm really enjoying the series. I don't know how long this can last. It doesn't seem like it could be an ongoing unless something dramatic happens, and maybe it will. I don't know. I'm really enjoying it. Lastly, there is the collected version of the Rush, which I highly recommend. This series was the surprise hit of the summer for me, but it is a supernatural western. I've talked about the issues individually as they came up, and I want to show you this. So right here on the cover, we get this guy who's sort of the main antagonist, and down here, if you can't figure out what that is, we're looking at the head of a spider. So here he is. It's also sort of a horror. Got somebody stabbing himself in the wrist there. But this guy comes over the ridge. This is the very opening of the book, and then oh, no spider yet, but that guy gets blown away. The writing in this is top-notch. The art is by Gooden, who also draws Barbaric. I'm a huge fan of this guy's work. A recent fan. I love it. There he is. Having a spider. Being creepy. Is this him here too? Yeah, he just walks out of fog and snow, and his black face, the hole in it. Oh, the series is great. And I've said that about a lot of things this week. I feel like I should have read a thesaurus beforehand, but I'm kind of in a rush. I feel like I'm rushing my way through this, and unintentional. The series is great. Once again, highly recommended. So that is everything that I got this week. As far as pick of the week goes, half of this stuff is Batman related, which is a little weird, but I guess that's the current state of DC. I'm going to give pick of the week, as far as single issues go, to Stillwater, except the real winner, the real pick of the week, goes to The Rush. You should absolutely get this book. If you are okay with horror, if you are at all a fan of, it's not exactly cowboy, it's frontier, it's pioneer, but it's so good, and I really want more people to read this. It's phenomenal. Once again, that is everything that I got this week. As always, I get all of my books from a local comic shop. If you don't know where yours is, you can use this URL to find the one closest to you. Thanks for watching.